So hi and welcome to another vlog. I know it's been a while since I've done one, and this has actually been something I've been meaning to do for the last few days. I've been recording various bits of footage, and then I think back to it and I'm like, I don't really like it, so I've just scrapped it all off, and then I've just thought, I'll just get something out today. I'm gonna record this to you now and then just save. So anyway, what's been going on? So as we all know, from the past 30 days, and when I say the past 30 days, this was just over a week ago now, I just finished the Huel 30-day challenge that I'd done. Now, since stopping it, I would say I'm definitely in like a defeatist mood at the moment. Now, over the past week and a bit, I would say I'm going to be completely honest, I've not been religiously sticking to what I've mentioned before. Now, when I've been at work, I've been having my Huel. The idea was as well, I was going to replace every breakfast with Huel. I've not done that. I've also been dipping into sweet treats as well, like little sweets and whatever else. It's nothing that is, I don't know how really to word this. It's nothing really that I said to myself I was going to completely avoid, but I find myself binging now. Now, I don't know whether it's because I've come off from doing the 30 days and I've suddenly gone, you know what, let's just, now I can, let's do something else. So I've been, you have to apologise, I'm looking down all the time at the moment because I've got myself this this remote screen. It allows me to see whether I've got the camera in focus, because my camera seems to come out of focus a lot. Anyway, so what was I going to say now? So yeah, so I've been eating a lot of sweets and things like that. Not necessarily chocolates, but mainly like sugary sweets. I know chocolate's got quite a lot of sugar in it, but when I mean sugary sweets, I literally mean like the soft candy kind of things that really like jellies, that probably are 95% sugar. Now, I don't know whether that's because of me doing the Huel 30-day challenge, but that being said, I've probably used to eat sweets like that before. One of the things that I've done well, I think, to avoid is sugary drinks like Coke, Pepsi, Fanta. Fanta used to be my favourite go-to soft drink. I have had the odd bit of sugary drink, but I've not had what I used to have before, where I probably go through a bottle of, 2-litre bottle of Coke every other day. So I've not been having it that much, but I haven't completely given it up. Now, because of this, what's been going on recently, and also I would say that I've been very reluctant to post a blog because I wasn't sure really what I was going to say to you, knowing that obviously from the very last day, now the last day that you all see, me and Gina go off to Canway Castle. I gave you the results and everything else, and whilst we were actually away that day, we ended up buying quite a big tub of sweets from Wilko's. Wilko's were doing an offer for like £2 for a big giant cup, and I went, you know what, I can have some sweets now, can't I? So I loaded up this big massive cup, and the idea was that I'd treat myself maybe every other day and I'd have a few sweets out of it, but that's not really been happening. Now I still do have sweets left. I don't think I've gone through a giant cup of these sweets already, but it's literally, I'll go to the cupboard where the sweets are, and I'll be like, I fancy one, maybe two, so I take a couple out of the tub, I'll walk off, I've eaten them before I've gone to wherever I was going to, so I'll be like, I haven't got any sweets left, let's go back and get some more. And it's kind of been a slippery slope really, so I feel very defeatist at the moment. I kind of like, what I did for the past 30 days, I've kind of like completely negated and ruined. Right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back onto the Huel. Now, I did originally say that whilst I was only going to have it whilst I was at work, so I'd have it in the morning before I went to work, I'd have it at work, and I'd still have a normal evening meal. But my days off, I'm going to massively incorporate Huel back into it again. Now, how I said I was going to work my days at work, so breakfast, lunch with Huel, and then in the normal evening meal, I'm going to do that for every day of the week going forward, because I think that's going to be a lot easier to probably get myself into the mind state that I need to be in to watch what I'm doing with my food, so I don't go a bit overboard. So my slippery slope is, if there is food around, I will eat it. So I'm going to put myself into another position now where, whilst I was on Huel and I was doing the daily vlogs, I was focused 100% on making sure that I only did the Huel, I got the vlogs done out and everything else every day. But recently, because I've not been doing the vlogs and I've not been concentrating on doing the Huel properly, this is the kind of thing that's been happening. So I thought, you know what, there's no point in lying, because I may as well tell everyone the truth. I've done the 30 days and, that was hard going at first, and then it got a lot better, and then, to be honest, I found it harder coming back off it again, and then trying to go back to normal food, because I found myself then going, I've not eaten that in a while, I've not eaten that in a while, and then it suddenly became an excuse to eat whatever I liked. Now, going over the past few days, we've had a Chinese, tonight we've had an Indian, had that pulled pork thing the other day, and then we ended up going out for our anniversary meal. So in the past 8 days, I've ended up eating out 4 times. Now, this, again, why I'm saying about the slippery slope is my slippery slope. If there's food and I think that, you know, I need to try and justify to eat it, I will end up eating more than I really should. And I don't know how to really word that into like a sentence of how I'm feeling. It's strange that, I suppose, how can I say it now? Going back to when I was younger, it was kind of like you eat what's kind of put on your plate in front of you and everything else. You don't really leave anything to one side. And whether it's just a habit that I'm into now, or whether it's just like a mental state that I've got in my head, that whatever's on my plate, I need to make sure I'm eating it, or at least I'm making sure I'm eating the most of it. One of the things that I used to do a lot whenever I'm eating food is I will always eat whatever I dislike the most on the plate. Now, not necessarily saying that if I put something on the plate that I hate, but if, say, you've got 5 things on the plate, and, you know, whatever the item is you don't like the most, like, say, Gina doesn't like carrots. So, if carrots were on the plate, I would start with the carrots first, but then leave the thing I'm looking forward to the most till the end. There's quite a few people I've met who do that, but then what that means is I end up eating everything. If I was to eat the other way around, then the chances are I'd probably end up being a lot less raw. I'll be a lot more reluctant to eat the things I don't like, because I'm not waiting to get to the things I do like, if that makes sense. So anyway, so that's pretty much the end of today's vlog. I'm planning on, now I know I've said originally I was going to do a weekly vlog, and I've kind of held off doing this one because of me feeling bad for the last few days, and then, you know, all the people that have subscribed to me and me trying to do the whole 30-day thing and everything else. Now, those of us who live in the UK who are watching this, we all know that the weather has been absolutely miserable here in the UK for the last few days. So I was planning on my most recent days off, because I'm actually going back into work tomorrow, so my last batch of days off I was actually planning on going out and doing some running and everything else, but when it's got several feet of snow outside, I don't really fancy doing any running, so that's kind of like been well and truly put on the back burner for now. An update on my bike for anybody else who was trying to keep up my bike: I am still waiting on my shoes. I ordered these the 22nd of December and I've still not got them, so I would really appreciate if anybody deals with Northwave out there, the cycling shoe company or whatever they are. Why am I waiting so long for a pair of shoes? It's absolutely ridiculous. So I've not been on my bike. It's easy to say. But then again, with several feet of snow outside, I wouldn't have been on the bike anyway. So that's pretty much it. Right, so I was going to briefly mention this picture, which is why I've got it in the backdrop. This was a picture I did for Gina for Christmas. It's one of her Christmas gifts I ended up doing for her. Those of you who've actually seen my other Twister videos, this big canvas is made up of 6,600 stills taken from our Twister trip. So it's actually photos that we've took whilst we're out there, and also stills, but you can't easily see it. But each little square is making up the entire canvas. I tell you what, let's move it and I'll show you. So there you go. I don't know if you can make it out a bit better now, but obviously we've got various photos here which are from our trip. I tried stitching this all together. It took me probably a good week on Photoshop to try and stitch it together in a way that makes it look like the original photo. I don't know if you can see just here. That is that's the original photo there of this main photo. Now, if you look as well, you might say it's an overlay of the picture faded in, but if you look closely, for example, so if you look at this picture here, you can actually see that there are images of fingers that have actually been over the camera lens. So it's not the lips, they're actually fingers over the camera lens, which is why some of the image doesn't look quite right. But yeah, so you can see things like that there. So the only bit that's not been faded into the whole image, sorry, it isn't made up as a whole image, is actually the top of the Wakita water tower. I was struggling to try and get the text to actually remain as text. But as you can see, if you look here, mainly at the blue sky, you can see that all the images are actually all separate ones, and then as I move away, you see it all kind of come back into one again. I mean, overall, I did enjoy doing that. So yeah, so I really did enjoy doing this picture. I think it looks quite good. We've got, you can't really see it, but Isaac over to one side and Chippy's up the other. Well, yeah, no, it's I was happy with it anyway. So that's on a side note anyway. So yeah, so thanks very much for coming back and checking out another vlog. Please, again, stick with me over the next few days. I will be trying to see how well I can get myself switched straight back into, well, primarily just Huel again. When I'm on my night shifts, I will be having nothing but Huel for those days. So there is several days per week that I will be on nothing but Huel. The rest of the time, it will be breakfast and lunch. Every day will be just Huel. The idea is that on my days off, I'm going to try and refrain from binging on stuff. Now, all the sweet treats and everything else that I was on about before, Easter is a good few weeks away yet, so I'm going to try and get rid of all of that. Well, I'm not going to throw it away, but I'll keep it to one side, and then the idea is I'm not going to touch any of that now until at least when Easter hits. So, yeah. Now, going back on to my earlier vlog, obviously I'm supposed to be doing a half marathon. Still not done any training for it. I'm just going to leave it as that. So yeah, so thanks very much for checking out this video, and I shall see you all soon. If you've not already done so, make sure you go check out my other videos. Drop me a comment down below if not been here before, or even if you have and you just want to show some support, it'd be all really appreciated. Make sure you click that like button as well down the bottom, and I shall see you all later. Take care, tra.